Do you ever wonder what a random squirrel on the side of the road thinks of a bright pink 3,000-pound metal box going past at 55 miles an hour? Because I do. If I was that squirrel, I would be very confused. Or would I? Let's begin with the basics. Most animals don't think of a car as a car at all. Animals see it as a fast-moving, very loud, big thing, similar to a predator. But unlike predators, cars don't hurt. They move weirdly, and that's what makes them so hard for animals to adapt to. That's why deer freeze in headlights. It's not stupidity. It's actually their survival instinct telling them not to move. And that instinct usually works, because predators might lose interest if they don't see anything moving. But that instinct doesn't work for a Honda Civic going 5 miles over the speed limit. The Civic doesn't lose interest in the deer. It only wants to go home, eat, shower, and sleep after a long day at work. Now let's talk about birds. They're adapting in real time. Some bird species have changed their singing to be higher pitched and louder, just to be heard over loud traffic. It's like trying to have a conversation with someone at a loud concert. In this case, cars made birds louder. Now we also have two versions of the same bird, the loud urban one and the quieter rural one. Then we have crows, who are just too smart for cars. They didn't see it as a threat, they saw it as a tool. There's documented behavior of crows using cars as nutcrackers. They place nuts on roads and wait for a car to drive over them and crack the shell so they can eat what's inside. So, not all animals think of cars as a threat, and cars aren't only tools for humans. But there's another thing, smell. Smell is a big part of how animals notice cars. Animals like bears and raccoons rely heavily on scent, and to them, a car isn't just visually weird, it smells weird too. Exhaust, hot rubber, heated metal. To an animal with a powerful nose, a parking lot is a chemical landscape unlike anything else in nature. Though some animals aren't bothered by the smell at all. Instead, they use it to their advantage. Some birds use cigarette butts and roadside debris to build their nests, because the chemical compounds inside act as natural insect repellents. The birds aren't bothered. They're using it. Here's something nobody thinks about: moths. Moths evolved to navigate using moonlight in the dark, but now we have cars. Humans can tell the difference pretty easily, but moths can't. They look at car headlights that are close, bright, and constantly changing position, and that completely breaks a moth's sense of direction. So when a moth tries to fly straight, it's nearly impossible near a moving car. It's not that the moth is scared of the car, it just can't navigate near one. Here's a fact that really surprised me. Even at night when most roads are pretty much empty, animals like turtles, salamanders, and small mammals still won't cross to the other side, even if there's better habitat, food, or mates over there. This is called the barrier effect. Roads don't need to hurt an animal directly, because just existing is enough to split big populations for generations. It's like they're in a video game, and there's an invisible wall, because they haven't unlocked that part of the map yet. So to a turtle, a road isn't really a road, it's the edge of their known world, not to be crossed, no matter what's on the other side. But that's also why we have things like wildlife crossings. Think of them as bridges, but not for cars or humans, for animals. And here's the best part. Instead of losing money by building these, humans actually save money in the long run. These crossings reduce animal-car collisions by a lot, and fewer collisions means fewer insurance claims and less damage. Some animals have even changed when they're active, just to avoid rush hour, so humans made animals adapt to human schedules, simply by using cars. Here's one thing nobody talks about. Animals like foxes, hawks, and vultures have figured out that roads are reliable food sources thanks to roadkill. Some predators now patrol roadsides for food, like it's a conveyor belt restaurant. In short, cars are also grocery delivery. But let's come full circle. Back to the squirrel we talked about at the start. If you were that squirrel, you wouldn't just randomly dart across the road. Squirrels assess the distance, speed, and timing of oncoming cars. Studies show squirrels actually calculate their decisions instead of just reacting and seeing what happens. Sometimes they freeze, sometimes they dash, and sometimes they turn back. It's not random, it's decision-making. Though some squirrels are better at this than others, just like birds, urban squirrels are used to traffic and have adapted to it. Rural squirrels aren't, so if they were put in the same situation, they wouldn't handle it nearly as well. More about the urban squirrels. They're more cautious. They cross roads at specific times, using specific safe routes. And here's what really gets me. Urban squirrel moms teach their young to navigate traffic. They actively show their babies safe crossing routes and timing. Each generation learns from the one before it. That's not just adaptation, that's evolution, happening in real time. So here's the answer. Cars don't mean just one thing to all animals. To some, they're predators. To a few, they're conveyor belt restaurants or compass breakers. To many, they're invisible borders. And to crows, they're just really good nutcrackers. So the next time you see that squirrel on the side of the road, remember, it's not confused. It's seeing this weird world a little differently than you are. And that's the real question we should be asking. Not, what do animals think of our machines? But, what else are we missing about the world around us? If you want to explore more answers to questions like this, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.